in the morning sun. Let there be death to the Hun. Good morning, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. What the fucking hell did that come from? Good morning, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View, the home of the 4 in a row champions. Yes, it is the home of the 4 in a row champions, and today Celtic travel away to Ibrox for a dead rubber game. That, let's face it, we need to win. We need to win this dead rubber game. I think it's going to be a game where we are under a little bit of pressure. A little bit of pressure today. And I'm actually nervous about it. I'm actually nervous about the game today due to a few things. Since we lost Kyogo Furuhashi at Christmas, we haven't fared too well in this fixture. It'll be all eyes on Celtic. It will be all eyes on Celtic to see if Dyson Maeda makes the game today. Because let's face it, if Dyson doesn't make the game today, I think Celtic are in a little bit of trouble. I think that we are in a little bit of trouble. Morning Baz, I know my 4 t-shirt arrived yesterday. Very happy with it. Thank you, Roseanne. It's a cracking t-shirt, isn't it? It is a cracking t-shirt. I've got another one lined up. But we'll wait and see how that one goes first of all. Anyway, tell me what you think the scores will be today in the comments section. I'm not predicting today's win. I've asked to shout about performances. For me, it is all about performance today. It is all about performance. It's all about making sure that they know they are playing the champions. Celtic in the last couple of games, you know, when it mattered, we beat them in the final. And the last 2 league games has not been acceptable by any standards. And I think when Callum McGregor goes into the team talk today in the huddle at Ibrox, he will be making sure that this lot of players know that it's not just the club that they're playing for. It's not just the 2,000 fans that are in the stadium. It's the fans all around the world. And it's also the fact that they're playing to make sure that everyone in Scotland and everyone that's watching this game around the world know that Celtic are champions, and they have to today show the reason why we're champions. They need to show why we're champions. Lanky says, I think the lineup will be Sinisalo, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Taylor, Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate, Arne Engels, Forrest, Adam, Ida and Kuhn. If Dyson Maeda is not fit. No beautiful backdrop today back home. I did miss a couple of days with not doing lives. It was one day, wasn't it? Yeah. But yeah, did miss the first day of the holiday. So yeah, it was just a little break. It was good to get away. And it's a fantastic part. And before we go any further, I need to tell you, the guy that who owned the bed and breakfast was a Feyenoord fan, and he was and is friends with the owner of Swansea Football Club. He also went to games at Swansea, travelled over from Feyenoord. He still stayed in Feyenoord at that time. He travelled over from Feyenoord to Swansea to watch some of the games when he brought in Brendan Rodgers as manager. Yes. And he said, and we had a little chat about football, and he said the next time you come down, we'll have a good talk about Brendan Rodgers. And he was the one that told me that Jota's out. Jota's out for 9 months. He because I wasn't looking at anything. I was on holiday. I was doing holiday stuff. I wasn't looking at any Celtic news, and it was interesting. So we had a good little chat, and he says he hopes to meet us in the Champions League. And he had nothing but good words to say about Brendan Rodgers, and he said that he is definitely the man for the job at Celtic, and he hopes that he stays at Celtic for a good few years to come yet, and he thinks he will. He thinks he will stay at Celtic. So it was interesting. And there's always, it doesn't matter where I go, there's always that Celtic connection. And even the missus was like, how do you do it? How do you do it? Every time you go somewhere, you still manage to find that little Celtic connection. And it was the first time that we'd been in that town. So anyway, we move on from that. It was good to get away. Buzzing. I'm not buzzing for the game today. I woke up this morning more nervous than anything. I will be honest. I woke up more nervous than anything, and I hope it's fantastic. And I hope they do. I hope they play simply the best when they come out today. I really do. I hope they play simply the best. We'll show you who's simply the best. I will show you who's simply the best. And I think that will be absolutely fantastic if they do. But when it comes to the team selection, I think Lanky's not far off it with the team that he predicted. I'll just jump back up for it. Mark says he'd love to see a rugby score today, but I agree, but as it's a case of coming from behind for a draw. I think that if Celtic and Brendan Rodgers lay down a marker, like what he intends to do, hopefully, I think if he lays down a marker, I think that this Celtic team will want to make a point. They will want to make a point today. But I think that, yeah, the team that Lanky said, he predicted Sinisalo, Ralston, Trusty. And I think you're wrong. I don't think Trusty will get a game, Lanky. I think Liam Scales will be in before Trusty. Trusty was taken off the game at New Year, remember? And Liam Scales has been brought back in. I think Liam Scales will be given the opportunity before Trusty. Liam Scales knows how to fight for this game. Liam Scales, I'm going to back Liam Scales for this one. Sorry, Lanky, but I think Liam Scales will get the shout before Trusty. Why? Because Liam Scales' first game, when he thought he was going to be leaving Celtic and going back to Aberdeen a few years ago under Ange, no, it was under Brendan, sorry. When was that? I can't even remember now. But anyway, Liam Scales, he had that first early on game against the Sevconians and he played brilliant. And I think that Liam Scales is going to prove a lot of people wrong today. Him and Adam Ida leading the line. So my team is going to be Greg Taylor. It's going to be Cameron Carter-Vickers. It's going to be Liam Scales and Tony Ralston. The midfield it's talks for it. It's just shouts out itself, doesn't it? It's going to be Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate, Arnie Engels, and Adam Ida up front, Nico Kuhn. And let's just hope Nico Kuhn makes it. If the bruising on Nico Kuhn's knee hasn't sorted itself out, we're in trouble today. We're in trouble. And Nico Kuhn has to be the player that steps up to the mark today. Too many games since Christmas as Nico Kuhn. And maybe that's why he did the old I'll do my talking on the pitch thing in the last game. But I think that Nico Kuhn needs to turn up. And if he is not fit today, there may be trouble ahead. For us to start the first half and get a hat-trick. I'm not going to say that. Gus says, sorry Baz, daughter stealing my first strip of me. Looks like I need to buy a new one. There you go. Trusty flaps in the big game. Yeah, I don't think Trusty will start the game today. I just can't see it at all. Tina Turner's in her grave. The misuse of that song. It'll be fantastic if they play it today. If Celtic turn up today, says Typhoon McFlustery, we could take 4 off them. Can we though? Can we? Can we take 4 off them with... We're without Kyogo Furiashi, who left the club at the last transfer window. We're potentially with... Let's see when the team comes out. I'm not going to say anything about the scoreline today until we see the team that comes out. The fact that Jota's not starting. Jota loves these games. Jota knows that going to Ibrox and turning on the style, piling on the agony, is what we do. And I think that not having Jota, and that just opens up another conversation for what's going to happen this summer in the transfer window, because we need to get a replacement in that can take Jota's game for the next level. And then ultimately, I mean, can Jota return? Yeah, he can. He can return and be just as good. But having the player out for the best part of 9 months, he's going to be out until Christmas. Not having him for the Champions League qualifier, not having Jota for the Champions League, never mind not having him for this game, is devastating enough. But it is what it is. We now need to look forward, and we need to. Brendan Rodgers will say, "You can only piss with the cock you've got, and if you've not got it, you can't piss with it." So anyway, Baz talks cheap. Just get out and play. Both halves skills much better than Trusty, says Joseph. I think so. Trusty started out decent, but a guy his size gets bullied too often in games. Yeah, you could say that. For me, Engels has to show what he can do in these games, says Lanky. I think that Arne Engels is coming into his own. And I still think that, I love the response that Arne Engels and Brendan Rodgers and Adam Eder are giving to the media. We need to put it into perspective, their age. Put it into perspective of their age and let them get settled into the club. I mean, people will say that Adam Eder and Brendan Rodgers completely backing Adam Eder. He said when you look at the game time, when you look at the game time that Adam Eder's had to goal ratio, it's pretty much the same as the goal ratio he had last season when he was at Celtic. So Brendan Rodgers he wants him to score 40 goals a season. He said if he can get into the positions and he starts scoring goals, it's fantastic. If he starts scoring 40 goals a season, it gives us something else to worry about. And then ultimately, it gives us another issue, because if Adam Eder starts scoring 40 goals a season, other clubs are going to come knocking on the door and saying, how can he perform at a higher level? Is he doing it in the Champions League, for instance? Is he scoring goals in the Champions League on a consistent basis? You then get clubs from England coming down and starting to look at Adam Eder, and it's just the way of the world. So even though the Brendan Rodgers isn't overly concerned about the supposed lack of goals from Adam Eder, he says when you look at the stats, it's fine. And same goes for Arne Engels. Arne Engels says, look, I'm only 21-year-old. The fact that we look at the price tag of these players, and I've said it all season, I said if both players had come in with a price tag of 2 or 3 million, nobody would be complaining at all. Nobody would be complaining about the players at all. Queen's Park, St Mirren, Motherwell, Hibs, why would we worry? Exactly. They haven't won at home in a good few games, so why would they start winning today? I don't think that it's going to be I think it's going to be a Celtic win. I really do. Some of the media types out there have been commenting on what they think the result may be today. The fact that they have scored, 9 goals in the last 3 derbies or something. Even though that we won the final, they're taking that into consideration. If Dyson Maeda is on the left, Adam Eder is central, and Nico Kuhn operating on the right. Maeda's a complete goal machine, and it is all going to be down to exactly the team that comes out. So make sure that you do log back on to the channel. We will be going live an hour and a half before the game, just as the team comes out, because we could speculate all morning really on what Brendan Rodgers is doing, is going to do with the team. But let's face it, if we win today and win convincingly, it definitely shuts them up. And it makes sure that they know that we are champions. It is just as simple as that. Adam Eder couldn't get a game with Norwich. He will never be up to the job as our number 1 striker, says Robert. Interesting one, Robert. We'll see. He's also scoring his game to goal ratio at Norwich is the same as what it is at Celtic. So it's all about giving him time, and maybe he is a Chris Sutton type player for us. Maybe Adam Idah needs that other striking partner. Maybe Adam Idah comes to the fore as a second option. Chris Sutton was a fantastic striker, but he wasn't as prolific as Henrik Larsson. He wasn't as prolific as Henrik Larsson. He laid up a lot of chances for Henrik Larsson. I'm just saying. He is still young and he's got a long way to go in football terms. Champions versus Zombie FC. I get a feeling Kuhn won't make it. Forrest could start. I think Forrest will start anyway. AR says Adam Idah needs a run of consecutive games to build up his confidence and fitness. I don't think he needs his fitness built up. I think it's just his confidence in front of goals. I think when you look at the opportunities that he has been given, seen one prediction, Sloop on the left wing? No, please no. Sloop was taken off the last time at half time. Remember, he was a nightmare. Sloop's not the answer for this game. If we have to use Sloop for this game today, we're in a bad way going to the end of the season. Definitely in a bad way going to the end of the season. Morning everyone. Sorry I haven't been on for a while. I've been in hospital with pneumonia. Jesus, still in my bed at the moment. Victor today will make it a lot better, says Jim McClarty. Jim, I hope you're okay and you get better soon, because that could be pretty serious. I think Adam will play the same way Hartson played, to be honest, says Grabboy7. He needs to start dominating himself and making himself. He's a big lad. He needs to start using that physicality side of the game. Little cheeky nudges of the defenders. Adam Idah needs to do that, and if he doesn't do it, I think that the backroom staff at Celtic there's a question. I mean, we all know how good Dyson Maida's been during the game, and Dyson Maida as a striker and potential. Do we need to bring in a striking coach? I mean, do we have a striking coach? I know we have a set piece coach at Celtic, but do we have who's the specific coach that works with strikers? I'd actually like to get Chris Sutton. I know Chris Sutton wouldn't take up the opportunity due to the fact that he makes more money off of the media than he could at Celtic. But someone like Chris Sutton back at Celtic and coaching, and especially the younger strikers as well coming through, I just think it's Adam, anytime today to score a goal. Did somebody use did someone use compare Idah Hartson? I don't think we compared them. Just said that it could be similar. Jim McClarty, hope you're okay, says Paradise Founds. Look after yourself. Jim, says Dave Morton. We need a throw-in coach. We need a free kick coach. I know they've got a set piece coach, but I'll tell you one thing: we need someone that can tactically make us better at corners. If we get 7 corners today, and once again we do not score from a corner, and I think I need to find one of these statisticians that look at the corners against goal ratio this season, because I think that we should be dominating more. And is that the reason that Brendan Rodgers wants to go out and get a 6'6" midfielder for Celtic to start dominating corners? When you think about the amount of corners that we do get and the lack of goals that come with it. Anyway, Paradise Huddle number 1 says 7-0 the champions. I'm not even going to make a prediction. I'm not even going to make a prediction until I see the team. Sutton at Lincoln was pretty poor, so no. Sutton at Lincoln was pretty poor, so no. There we go. It's always an opinion. And either way, it's going to be a massive day for Adam Idah. He scored twice against the Sevconians last season. He scored 18 goals this season. Has he scored 18 goals? Is it this season? Is that in total? I can't remember. we're just going to have to wait until the team comes out. It's as simple as that. We are going to have to wait until the team comes out, because we all just hope, I think more than anything, I hope that the team comes out with fast attacking one-touch football. You know, the type of football that we played at the beginning of the season and beginning. Gavin Strachan's the set-piece coach. I thought he was the Microsoft, the laptop Microsoft Excel guy. You would think so. But anyway, Celtic need to come out and start the game. And Rangers are going to press up on us. The way that Barry Ferguson will get Rangers to play today, they'll press up high on us. And then when Celtic get the ball, they'll go into a back five. Mark my words, this is how Barry Ferguson will have Rangers playing today. They'll press us high up the pitch, 1-on-1, 2-on-1 when it comes to the wingers. They'll push pressure us that way, and then as soon as Celtic got the ball, he'll maybe even man-mark Callum McGregor today, and he'll try and make sure that we don't get that space to pass the ball quickly. When we do get the ball, you'll see them just come right back, go into a back line of five, and sit there and go, right, break us down, show us why you're champions, you break us down, you know. And it will be same as what they've done over the last couple of games, and then try and hit us on the break. They've done it before, and I think that it doesn't take a genius. Barry was set up 3-5-2 to shut down Callum, and then that three will go into a back five. Lanky, I think you're right. They'll go they could go a 3-5-2, but ultimately the three at the back will turn into a five, and they will try and dominate that midfield to stop Celtic playing. Can Brendan Rodgers come up with a little surprise today? Does he have it within the players available? Does he have it within the players available and the players? Because I think that this game you could be looking at a bench like what we did against Aston Villa in the Champions League, where we had about 4 or 5 young guys on the bench due to the injuries we had. And let's face it, we allowed Lewis Palmer to go out on loan. We allowed Stephen Welsh to go out on loan. Odom Ohm is out on loan. He's in America saying that he wants to come back. I just think that some of the decisions that has maybe been made from a football perspective this season, especially going at, Brendan Rodgers always says we like to finish the season strong. If we like to finish the season strong, we never got in another striker. Do you know, we allowed Lewis Palmer to go out on loan. He wanted game time. It left us a little bit short. You're only ever 1 or 2 injuries away from a crisis. And if you want to have a really good squad that can compete at the highest level and show their dominance, you need to keep, although players are unhappy, do you know, you've got championships to win. You've got trebles to win. And I think Brendan Rodgers has maybe allowed players to leave that we maybe needed. We maybe needed this season. I mean, I definitely think that the Stephen Welsh one, he wanted to go out on loan. He didn't want to sit about on the bench. The Lewis Palmer one, people will say, but Lewis Palmer wasn't that great. But if you look at the injury situation now, you've got Dijsselmeyer playing as a forward. You've got Jota out injured. You've got Yang out injured. That's potentially 3 wide players that we don't have at the club. Do you know? And it's probably given Brendan Rodgers that little bit of stress that he likes in his life and that he thrives on. I'll tell you one thing, he needs to thrive on it today. I'm not going to lie, I'm shitting it, says Bobski. I've did that this morning. Brendan knows it has to be done. He's a better coach all round. He will do the biz. I don't think there's no disputing the fact that he's a better coach. But there has been times this season where teams have set up and got the better of Brendan Rodgers, and especially teams that go to a 3-5-2. I think when teams try and stop Celtic playing in that midfield and you flood the midfield with players, the fact that Celtic only have the midfield 3 and it pushes the wingers further forward, to me, you all know my thoughts. I think Celtic should be going to Ibrox playing 3-5-2. Simple as that. mix it up a bit. Celtic go to Ibrox today, play a 3-5-2 formation, Adam Maida up front with Dyson Maida, or I would even say Johnny Kenny. Johnny Kenny comes on, does the trick today. But anyway, we'll wait and see what the team is. John says Brendan knows what has to be done. He's the better coach. What do you think about that? Jim, come back fit. We need you up front for next season, says Dave Morton. Who would do that? Lanky says, when I think of Lewis Palmer and the Motherwell game comes to mind. Yes. I mean, Lewis Palmer was turning into a little bit of an enigma. Let's be honest. Goes away with the national team, plays brilliant. Celtic he was being too ball greedy at times. Baz been saying the same thing, 3-5-2 all day. I think so. I think that if we go to Ibrox, play a 3-5-2, push them right up and dominate them right for the start, and then all out attack. Jim McClarty says all out attack and go for it. It could be a cricket score. And let's face it, they will know that, and I've seen some of the media types saying for them, they will know that the potential backlash from Celtic to prove the point, to prove why they're champions, to not have it. Brendan Rodgers will not want to have it on his CV that he's been beaten 3 times in a season. It's never happened before by them or any club at Celtic. He will not want to have that on his CV. He won't make sure. And I tell you one thing, he will tell every single player today, you're playing for your place in the Scottish Cup final. Mark my words. If you cannot turn up for this game, if you cannot follow the instructions that we give you from the very first minute of the game today, your place in the Scottish Cup final is in jeopardy. It's as simple as that. If you want to be a Celtic player that starts in the Scottish Cup final, to become a legend in your own right, look at little James Forrest. Look at James Forrest. That's all people that Brendan needs to say. Look at James Forrest. Players have came in and tried to take his position. He's still at Celtic. He's still pushing. He's still got the hunger to win medals. If you want kept at the team by an old guy, do you know, you are playing for your position in the final, and if you do not perform today, you're not getting anywhere near the final. You're not even going to make the bench. Do you know, I'd bring in Daniel Cummins to play up front in the final. Brendan has to be really, really hard on the players today. Really hard on the players. Get them motivated and let them know that this may not be an easy game, but you're the champions. You are currently 4 in a row champions at this club. You've won the double this season. You can do it. But you're playing for your position to win that treble. Anyway, dead club on a dead rubber game is just the Rangers tradition. Brendan Rodgers has a trick up his sleeve. Let's hope it's a good one. And Sarah says that she's confident, but I won't predict the scoreline. I think we're all confident. I've had my little negativity bit this morning, so I think it'll be a score draw, to be honest. They will, if it's a draw, oh my God, they will celebrate a draw like it's a win, won't they? Brendan will be going for, then he's just deleted it. Anyway, I think it has to be a better game than what we've had before. We're all ready to party, says Melanie. Today is our city. I'm just going to WhatsApp because there's a couple of messages that it's just guys that are on their way to the game. Hey, there we go, lads. They're at Ibrox. They are at Ibrox. Just all the usual, lads. That's cracker. I'm not going to post this up on the channel. Brilliant. Yes! Come on! Yes! Yes! The Hamilton bus has landed at Ibrox. The Hamilton bus, wait till I just message the lads back. That's the wrong fucking message. WhatsApp. Yes! Fucking yes! Come on! Read the roll of honour. Hey! The roll of honour, Hamilton Celtic supporters bus has landed at Ibrox, and I tell you one thing, the boys are looking pretty damn confident. Pretty damn confident. Good one, lads. Cheers for that. That's made my day. That's got me buzzing. Stephen Johnson, Gus Fitzsimmons says he's got his 4 in a row t-shirt on. Cheers for that, Gus. Oh, I am buzzing now. It's always good when you see the lads when they send you pictures of them outside Ibrox getting ready for it. They will have such a laugh today. They will let, tell you, the guys that have just said, they will let Rangers fans know that we are the champions. Mark my word for it. They will let them know that we are champions. The team just needs to follow up on the pitch. Is there any way I could... I've not got time to do it. I need to black out their faces and everything. Nah, I'm not going to post it up on the channel. It'll be up on their Facebook anyway. So I think we should get the One Celtic Fans Family banner up at a game. Dave Martin missed. We need to do that. Put the 4 up, Baz. No chance. Not a chance, can he? I can't do that to him. I've not got time to get their faces. Nah, I'll put it up later. Absolutely buzzing. Yes. Tina Turner wigs for the song. Watching the game at Seven Kings or the Wee Creepy in Dunfermline. Oh, the Wee Creepy. That's a fantastic wee pub. I used to drink in there back in 2009, 2010. And it was the first place that I started drinking Peroni, pints of Peroni. Hope the Onion Bears get kettle today. Yes, here's hope so too. I think, actually, because there is a new design for the t-shirt. Let me just see if I can get that up. I'll put it up later. If you know your history on the Celts. Yep. We will score at least 3 today, says CFC 67. 3 goals today. Baz, can I download the logo and make a flag for the final? Says Simon. Yep, Simon. And I could put something up on the community tab. But yeah, feel free to do that. Get it at the final. I will be home for the last game of the season. So I doubt I'm going to manage to get a ticket for the game. I can't take the ticket off the guy that's had it all season. You can't turn up like that for less than. So if anyone does have a ticket, I'm just going to say it. If anyone can get a ticket or 2 for the last game of the season, give me a shout and I'll pay handsomely for it. If not, we'll need to do a live outside the ground. We'll try and do a live outside the ground and before it, and then we'll join the festivities afterwards, after the final game of the season at Celtic Park and in town. So yeah, I think Sarah says she thinks that we'll concede a goal. We've been quite solid at the back the last 3 games. They haven't won at home. So let's just hope that run does continue. Yes, I'm going to the Strong Gate, Dave. Yes, I'll be going to the Strong Gate afterwards on the 17th. Everyone get a bet on Maida to score 2 or more goals. If he's playing. Let's just hope that his Maida starts today. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video short and we won't concede, says Sarah. We won't. That's more like it. That's a crazy wee bar on a Saturday game day. Yeah. 2-1 Celtic. I'm not going to do through any predictions. Make sure that you join us an hour and a half before kick-off. Top of the morning, Bass says, Seamus on the hoops. Pump, please. Shut up, shite. Seamus, Belfast, Ireland. And 5-0 run on the Huns. Oh, 5-0 run. I don't know. Anyway, that's me done and dusted for this morning's video. I will see some man Baz, the community needs to be up somewhere. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we'll sort that out as we get closer to the 17th. But their treble is based on fear. Nah, not a chance. There's no fear today whatsoever. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.